Deep fake of Reagan on Morgan Wallen's face.
Mayor. I know you see how the world.
Wonderful.
So we actually are live now.
Breathe
You
in.
there? I know.
Is that our intro song?
Yep, go for it.
We're gonna get.
Don't copyright us, please.
Yeah, don't copyright us.
Mr. Squidward.
Hunter Calkins, we love you. Thanks for being first.
Come here, B-boy!
Alright,
Yep.
Keaton.
Hunter
Yep.
Calkins.
Yep.
Mr.
Shout out,
Squidward.
shout out.
Hit the note.
Well,
Hit the note. Hit the high note.
Fellas.
Hopkins. Hunter
fellas, ladies and gentlemen,
Hopkins.
fellas.
I'm telling you just how I feel, son.
Wake up the men's foundation. This is time to be settling down with the fellas. Alright.
Hunter
Every
Calkins is first.
situation.
Somebody's life or something. Oh, I don't have Instagram.
How do you not have Instagram?
I'm like trying to get rid of all social.
Nice. Even Twitter? That's gonna be
I
hard.
can't get rid of Twitter.
Yeah, I
use
knew
it
you
for
couldn't.
sports.
That's
Where's
right.
Keaton on
And
there?
Snapchat.
Hello?
To communicate with this shit. Alright.
Hello.
Everybody
good.
looking
And
at
Snapchat's
me like,
communicating
wow,
with
the
the
boys and shit.
Started a bit prematurely.
One straight.
Do you actually like look at it once a week?
No, I mean,
I was
I'm
gonna say, you're on there,
the
like,
groups. I
every
literally,
once in a while.
I never go on Snapchat that way at all.
Yeah.
Like, really haven't.
I was about to say, you respond in the chats quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I guess, like, outside of responding to the chats, you probably don't look
I don't have streaks
Yeah.
with anybody, like Sage.
That's more so than that.
Dude, what? Hello?
Wow.
Oh, actually, watch this. Hashtag, I should probably get paid.
Alright, while Yaya's doing that, I'm going to give us a little intro. This is Keaton. He's trying to get your mic situated.
I'm not sure.
Keaton, you're Cody, by the way, on that. I'm gonna fucking kill you, actually. Why? He would do that shit.
Super Duffy! Super Duffy! Shout out Hunter.
How's everyone's night going?
Thanks, Albert.
The Daily Pain
Yeah,
is
we're
busy, man.
Going great, Albert. Thank you.
So
Going great, man.
6.
Thank you.
Going
Going good. Going good.
We got 2
W.
cameras now. Big upgrade.
Big upgrades.
Yeah,
Upgrades, people. Upgrades.
We the keys!
We the people!
Okay.
Alright. What the fuck was that?
I was trying to quote DJ Khaled.
Cody Lou just said
We the
something.
best music!
He's like motivational speaker. Dude, I am DJ Khaled. But the difference between me and DJ Khaled
my fucking.
is DJ Khaled's like, hey, let's work out, man. And he's still at the same way he's been for 12 years. Dude, what do you mean? He's put on some muscle. Dude, he looks like Mr. Krabs on Shelled. Iron Abs Krabs. DJ Khaled! If you're watching this, DJ, you suck.
I hope you're not.
Dude, my knees are ashy.
Alright, well, yeah. Episode 6. Not much
Use
to
some
the
lotion.
intro.
Nah.
We got a guest today, just solo, dolo, doing our own thing.
Doing our regular
Oh
bullshit.
yeah, I missed last week. I'm back full time. So,
Keaton's back.
Yep.
Keaton is back, yo.
guys, I'm back. Just
Yeah.
I'm back, and I'm.
Keaton's back.
So
Tell a friend. Yes,
It's
back.
all for real.
We just turned this into a karaoke like podcast.
All right, Thursday karaoke.
That's hype. That's
Kick
hype.
it off.
How's everyone's week? Who wants to start?
Keaton, we'll start with you, buddy.
We also pause real quick. We don't have to go in a circle. We can just bounce off each other. I feel like most of the time we just go in a
Popcorn?
circle. We just
Ooh,
popcorn.
popcorn.
Guys.
So
Basketball
Keaton,
team.
you
Thanks.
start Keat, and then you give it to someone else.
Yeah. Week was uneventful. Just a lot of work at Dick's and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, other than that, school's been tough, but yeah, it's been all good. Cody, how about you?
It's been a rough week, but you know we're getting through it.
Pussy.
You know, Friday's tomorrow. Appreciate it. Friday, tomorrow's Friday. You know, I'm looking forward to that. Got some hockey gear today,
Hell
so trying to get better with that. So I might hit the ice tomorrow. Do a little
Hit the old ice.
stick time with Ant. If Ant would.
Is he gonna break his ankle?
Is his ankle okay? Oh wait, he can't. Ice hockey isn't like a video game. That's like a real thing. He's.
All right,
Moving on.
How you doing?
How, explain, you guys have a basketball league team now.
Yeah, we do. We have a little co-ed rec team. We played our first official game. The first week I wasn't there, and the game got canceled. So I came this last Tuesday for our first official game. It was good. The refs man, it was unreal how bad the refs were. I didn't do too bad. I had a few good defensive moments. I scored a few points and had a few steals. It was good. We won by 10, but not good enough, man. Not good enough. Always room for improvement. So
Very true. I mean, I think Yaya will talk about this, but Yaya almost got kicked out.
yeah,
Some dude called him pussy, like he had.
No, not just some dude. It was the fucking manager
like, he
putting
had
on the
power of
game.
Some president. I was like, dude, like you literally are an intramural manager. Like, calm down. And then they also had some dude that Truck Davis, which I really wanted to fight him, but it's a time for.
they didn't call that a
So
try.
that's a fight for another time. And then they also had a dude that was super greasy and looked like a caveman. And
Neanderthal have an ass.
Yeah, that dude was like actually a goofball. Like,
Dude, he was running like if a penguin could like get in stride.
he ran like he was a wounded gazelle.
Yeah,
Like it was really bad, and he just like flung his body into people. Like it was horrible. Anyways, Grayson, after guarding him, went home and he calls me. He's like, "Dude, like I'm usually not one person to like smell, but I smelled my arm after the game, and it literally smelled like cheese because of how bad that dude smelled.
Really?
It was because he had his arm against the dude.
That's disgusting.
It's like I'm not that type of person to like smell it all after like a game like that, and like I could smell this weird smell in my room. So I started smelling like my body parts, and I literally could smell like different body parts smelled like cheese.
Ugh.
And it was
That's
because of
gross.
that dude. Like an hour after the game, so he literally had to scrub himself in the fucking shower.
With
But
cheese.
Was this Riley or Grayson?
This was Grayson.
Grayson.
Riley almost tore a fucking ACL.
That was
a crazy
pretty.
game,
That was
honestly.
pretty nuts.
But,
Riley
yeah, we
went
won
up
by
for
10. Can't complain.
Riley went up for a basket and he went up and when he like slipped. And you would think on that type of play, like it's gonna happen on the drop. Like when he comes back down, no, like he came up and his legs just snapped back, and he like landed down and it didn't look too good.
Off to
Dude.
the side.
He was
like,
he
dude,
was
it's burning.
yeah,
Like,
he was
he's
sweating
like,
hardcore.
my knee is burning. He looked like he just ate like a habanero.
Yeah,
pepper.
he was
To
sweating.
I was
quote-
like, dude, like, are you chilling? He's like, nah, like, let me just walk it off. And then he comes back. He's like, I'm just gonna come back in. I'm like, Riley, you damn near just tore your ACL. Like, it's an intramural game. It's not worth it.
To quote Lil
But,
Dicky,
I mean, he came back in and played well, and then Grayson also got elbowed in the fucking face by that dude.
Cold clock, dude. You could hear it across the
Oh,
entire
I forgot to
gym.
tell you guys this, but I saw them today.
Who?
And they're throwing grapes across the sidewalk to each other, like from me to that wall over there.
The Neanderthal?
The Neanderthals, trying to get it into each other's mouths. And I just ride by them with my skateboard.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of legit.
That's
Like,
kind of fun.
That's a good way to.
But no, I was just shocked because I'd never seen them in my life, and then I saw them like 2 days after our interview.
Okay, but you
And they're
probably-
throwing
you
grapes
probably
across
walked-
the
you
sidewalk,
probably walked
trying to
by
get it
them.
into that dude's mouth. And I
You've
was
probably walked by them and never
Interesting
seen
way
them.
of passing time. Throwing
Yes.
grapes in each other's mouth.
Very
Like,
interesting.
Speaking on
oh,
Grayson,
oh, oh,
Not
like,
something I would do
It
personally.
looked fun. Looked fun, but it was a little bit
Maybe
goofy
a,
just
maybe a
because
summertime activity.
those
Not
guys are a
Yeah.
little bit goofy.
Not when it's
Just
28
like-
degrees outside.
yeah.
So
Well, I think we're gonna start. They're gonna do a little bit of drinking. I can't. What?
I didn't want to talk about my week or anything, but it's fine, Keith.
Oh, we completely cut off like two different
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Go ahead, yeah.
Well, that was his was leading into my week.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How was your week?
Fucking terrible. I hated Tuesday. I was so angry
Same here.
that this stupid fucking ref, like, not even the refs and the manager, like, I should have got kicked out of this game because I was chirping the whole time. I get it. I chirp when I play because I'm bad, so I have to talk to make myself look better. I know this. I'm bad at basketball. But,
At least you can admit it.
yeah, no, 100%. Baseball, missed me with that shit.
I'm the goat.
But
Dude, I
anyways,
struck
this kid has been talking all game, just like not out loud, but like under his breath. It was that number 34. He's being a little pussy, and he trucks Davis, and then they don't get the call. And
Scott.
while Davis is on the ground, after he slammed his head on the ground, the guy goes, "That's right, pussy." And I was like, "Oh no!" He goes, "And one." He said, "And one" to him.
And one
Yeah,
pussy.
yeah,
Dude,
and one
so,
pussy.
like,
And I was
so-
like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
And then, like a couple plays later, this Neanderthal having ass goes up for a layup, stuff him, and I'm like, I get called for a foul. It wasn't a foul, maybe it was, but I yell. I'm like, that's not a foul. And then the next play, they do the exact same thing, and I absolutely fucking stuff this kid, and I get called for a foul again, and I slam the ball with my hands, and I just yell at the top of my lungs, "That is not a foul." It wasn't.
It wasn't. The second one was not a foul. The
This-
first one's questionable.
The first one was questionable.
Yeah.
Second one was not a foul. I actually stuffed this kid. And then the ref was like, hey. And then he goes over to the bench, and he's like, number 70 with the block or whatever it was. And the manager, whoever's putting the fucking game on, was like, hey, 70, cut that shit out. Or he said something. And I was like, okay. I just kind of ran by it and like just gave him a thumbs up. It was like cool. And then he's like, you understand me? And I was like, I look at him, give him a thumbs up. He's like, do you understand me, 70? And I was like, I gave him a double thumbs up and acted like I gave him a double thumbs up.
Most enthusiastic double.
Of just like
thumbs up.
acting like he was the dumbest person
Yeah.
on earth because he
Literally
is.
got it.
Yeah, I was like that,
Yeah.
like treating him like he's 4, and because he is. And then I didn't hear this, but Zach was close
heard
enough
it. Yeah, he heard
that
it.
he said, he's like, "That's right, pussy."
He sat back in his chair and he looked around to his two buddies. He's like, "That's right, pussy," and like said it so ever so quietly.
The
And I'm
dude
just
was
like,
blazing
dude,
hot too.
and
Like,
he
you
looked
could
red.
see that
He
was
looked
red as hell because
And he's
of
just
how
like-
angry he was, and it was over like just being competitive.
Yeah.
That's it.
He was
Yeah,
so,
it's like,
he was so flustered.
It was
in
over
his
the
chair,
smallest
dude.
shit.
Oh my
Literally
god,
just yaya
it's
being
ridiculous.
competitive.
Yeah, it's like if I was physically hurting somebody, cool, I get that, but like it was terrible officiating
Yeah.
all the way around, and like
Yeah.
it wasn't a foul, and like I just happened to be the loudest one on the court, cool, and then I
Yeah.
get called for it. It was just the fact that he said the shit under his breath made me even more mad, and I'm glad Zach didn't tell me right away because I think I would have said something.
Yeah. I
But
waited until we were up like 15, but
yeah, still shitty,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought it was crazy that I saw the Neanderthal literally just like running around like
dude. What was
trying
funny?
to grab a grape, and it literally hit him right in his nose. He's like, I was like, no.
Well-
And then after in the game, like probably like in the third quarter,
saw the
Grayson
coordination
had
in the
the
game.
same kid,
Mm-hmm.
and he literally was like, oh no. And I was like, dude, cross him. So he literally walks up, crosses the kid, and he like grabs Grayson a little bit, and he starts like stumbling like this.
Mm-hmm.
And Grayson literally goes, points at the kid, and they call a foul, not on Grayson, but the
Yeah.
kid. And Grayson was so pissed. He was like, no, like I wanted him to fall so bad. I was like, I
Dude,
wish he
in the
would
game-
too.
Grayson's a character during the game.
He is. I fuck with Gray. But during the game, the Neanderthal kid was guarding me, and I was like, while I was playing defense on him, I was like, "Hey, did you play basketball in high school?" And he like does his move, and he's like, "Yeah, I did." And then like jab steps, and then like passes it out. I was like, "You were the goofiest motherfucker I've ever met. You have like
funny.
zero
Goober.
athletic ability."
Goober's-
Shit was
Goober
so
special.
funny.
Yeah, we won by
But
10, so we can't complain.
Can't complain. Should have got kicked out.
We
but
I will say one more.
Should have
thing before we do
won
the
by a
taste
lot
test.
more.
No, we've
We'll
got
say
more.
that.
We've got more recap.
yeah,
We have a
Sorry, guys,
whole.
recap.
We have a whole weekend that we just missed.
Yeah.
True.
We'll talk
So-
about it, though.
We'll get there.
Today specifically, I'm in the shower, and I always start my showers off with the shampoo like a normal person would. And I look down, the shampoo bottles aren't there, and so I'm like, where can they be?
Why are we talking?
Where can they be? And I bought 2 brand new ones. 2 brand new ones.
You know
One
they're
was
$5.
90%
You know they're $5
used.
each.
What?
You know they're like $5 each. You're looking at Albertsons. Shampoo and conditioner, $5 each. Just,
How do you know that, Keaton?
I just want to put that out there.
How do you know that?
Oh, they're free. If...
Well, I'm just putting
Okay.
that out there. in
Moving on.
context of the situation.
Moving on.
Anyways, so yeah, one was 90% full, not used, excuse me, and the other one had not been touched. I walked downstairs in my towel, dripping wet. I'm like, Cody, did you use my shampoo? And he goes, no. Open his door. Gatsby goes, meow. I'm like, yep, I know, bud. I know, he has it. Right there on his countertop. The brand new one, and then in his actual shower, the one that had been used maybe 10% of the whole bottle.
Yeah.
And he goes, dude, I don't know how it got there. Like, I think Gatsby might have grabbed it and put it there. I'm like, dude.
Fair assessment.
Gatsby grabbed it, Cody.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
And I allegedly took the shampoo.
Guys, can we get this guy on a lie detector?
Yeah.
Oh, I passed that.
That would be fun to do.
That would be fun.
That
But
would
you know
be-
how like
could get
inaccurate
heinous,
those things
though.
are, though.
They're not
They're
that
very
accurate.
They're
No,
pretty.
they're pretty
inaccurate.
inaccurate.
Yeah, but never mind. That could get heinous quickly. Anyways, I think we should do our weekend recap after the taste test.
Okay.
Break it up a little bit.
Well, the taste test is going to
Hey,
be
hey, hey.
the whole podcast probably because it's not a sipple of Jack Daniels, whatever the fuck that is. That's like at least a full drink.
Did you say a sipple?
Yeah, I don't know why I said that.
We're drinking the whole thing.
Yep,
Okay.
I bought them.
I'll be down drinking with you, but Sean, do you want to just kind of give like a rundown of what we'll be talking about in the podcast if we do have kind of a agenda?
Today? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to go recap what happened last weekend. We got some little sports news that happened over the week. And then we've got some little games to get the people watching involved. So those of you that are still around by then, give us some topics, and I'll explain it a little bit later. What did Scott say? Scott said you guys should do the podcast shirtless. Cody would probably be the one to do that.
Cody was shirtless before he got here. I'm surprised he isn't shirtless right now.
Yeah.
This
Why
man,
is Hector's
this
fake
man
as
is
hell?
muscle
I
man.
agree, Sterling Silver.
I got the goat on my shirt, so.
Yeah, he does.
Tom Brady's not on your shirt.
Joe Burrow's
Tom Brady,
not-
Joe
Wrong
Montana
Joe.
has never lost a Super Bowl.
Oh, the
so.
goat's not on your jersey either, though.
Ooh.
We'll be talking about that later. Though.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
That'll be the sports segment.
We'll get to that. But first, this week is sponsored by Jack Daniels.
Sponsor us.
We've got 4 different drinks. This is called the Down Home Punch. It's a country cocktail presented by Jack Daniels. Lucky number, whatever. I don't know.
I can toss me a can.
Whoo.
You can give it a
All
little.
right, so because they're all drinking,
explanation.
we have the Jack Daniels Down Home Punch Country Cocktails.
I'm not gonna lie, this smells delicious.
So it is 21 plus. So sorry,
This smells like Savannah, Georgia.
it is 4.8
wow.
alcohol, 4.8% by volume. So it's not a ton.
Wait, how much?
4.8%.
Oh my god.
It's a good amount.
This
In
tastes
the
like
size of
summer.
that can, it's not that much.
If I had to put
it tastes like summer.
Yeah,
I
literally gonna say that.
I could literally sit back and drink an entire case of these.
I'm telling
How
you,
expensive were
this
these?
is what summer
Huh?
tastes like.
How expensive were these?
So for an 8-pack, it was $16.
That's really good.
Not horrible.
It's not horrible. They're pretty big and they're good.
They're
So
good. So,
yeah,
everybody get a sip.
they're good for.
Yep, it was really
what are we
good.
thinking?
I like it.
I kind of gave my opinion of it tastes like summer. Like
Yeah,
this
it does.
tastes like us playing die,
Yeah.
and it's like 98 degrees, and then we're gonna go float the river after or some shit.
It's giving me Jack Daniels vibes for sure.
Oh, for sure.
So Jack Daniels
Same,
Down Home
honestly.
Punch vibes.
But yeah, we'll slowly move on from all of these.
Is that the
Do
only
we want to
flavor?
do a little sip test after this, or do we want to finish your drinks? How do you want to do this?
I don't care.
Well, I mean, I'm driving, so.
Chug and plug.
Yeah, you can fill me and Zach up or something.
Huh?
You can like top us off or something.
Cody, when
Is there other
when did
flavors?
driving ever stop anything?
you can
Cody,
you can
top us off if you want.
Cody Cody, you can fill me and Zach if you want. Would that be? Would you be down for that?
Dude, why is my hand doing that?
What?
What the hell? All right.
Definitely flip that. Why is my hand doing
But yeah,
that?
so far so good.
What is
Starting off.
going on?
But I say we continue
Cody,
on
10
with the
minutes after this off.
weekend recap of last week. So it started off. We had the podcast on Thursday. After that, we went to End Zone. We ended up playing a little game that they hated.
I didn't hate it. I got paid.
They hated.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, no, not that
No,
game.
before
Not that game.
Before that.
Oh,
Yeah, we
okay.
played.
paid.
What's it called? Destination,
I
whatever. Then.
the destination game. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, we were there. We were there for probably an hour. Been still drinking like from after the podcast. But then,
No, we were there longer than an hour.
well, I mean, like
this point.
at this point,
Oh.
yeah. We were there we closed End Zone down. We were there till 2 a.m. We got there at like 12 though, so or maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
Doesn't
no,
matter.
it's about 12.
Yeah. But then we saw this fine little lassie came around, and what?
That's how you described her, but okay.
Well, I mean, okay, mind you, we were all a couple beers deep. Anyways, Alan, who we had on the podcast last week, was the one. We were all, I don't know, we were fiending. It was a sausage fest for about a long time. So it was a bit of it.
Some female attention.
Yeah, we were down bad. Shout out John Bueno. But we,
Hey, go Ducks.
yeah, go Ducks.
John
Ducks.
Bueno.
But
Holy shit.
so yeah, we wanted to spice things up a bit, and Alan decided to take the bold move. We told them that I don't even think we offered any money, did we?
No financial compensation. It was just full emotion.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, I
Scott
got
saying,
paid.
You were 6'4".
I got paid.
Just go for it.
Yeah. So Alan, tall lad, you know,
He just went for it.
6'4". So we told him, we were like, hey, just go up to her and say, I'm 6'4". See where it gets you. You know, couldn't hurt. He's a little pussyfooting around it. Got to finish his beer or he had a mixed
Finally
drink. but-
convinced him to.
Yeah, he eventually went up and did it.
Peer pressure.
Told her. He actually didn't lead off with that though, so it was kind of a tisk moment. He went up to her and said, like, I think you're the most beautiful lady in the world. My friends wanted me to tell you that I was 6'4", but like I just couldn't really do that.
Straight out of a movie.
Yeah, straight out of a movie.
God, I can't believe
movie.
he did
Whoa.
that.
But then he did get her Snapchat, so it ended
that
up
was
working.
satire, correct?
What?
He definitely didn't say that.
He said it at the end. Well, okay, I'm exaggerating,
Okay, thank God.
but
Ted
he
Mosby.
said he said those words not with the affection
yeah.
and love that I
Hey,
had.
Sean,
Yeah,
Ted
yeah.
Mosby.
Yeah, he moseyed the
He
fuck out of her.
Mosby'd the fuck out of
Wait, did
that.
he actually say, like, you're the most beautiful girl in this world?
No. He just said, I
Well, she was
wanted
the
to
only
come
girl
up
in
to
the
you
bar.
and tell you that you're really beautiful. My friends wanted me to tell you that I was 6'4", and then she proceeded to say, yeah, I saw you guys giggling. I kind of figured like something was up. And
Mad props, Alan. That is a little
yeah,
sippy-
mad props. And then
sippy soup.
he comes back, and Yaya, who is, how tall are you?
6'3".
He's 6'3", right?
Say it proud, brother.
So yeah, you can take off where this went.
So Alan gets back and we're all laughing and shit, and then he goes, "All right, Ryan, it's your turn." And I was like, "I'm not fucking talking to her." And he's like, "Just go up to her and say, I'm an inch shorter but an inch longer." And I was like, "There's no way I'm
And then
saying
the money started flowing.
Then Sean says $20 and you do it. And I was like debating if I do it for 20. And then Alan said he put in 20. And then I think you said you put in 20.
He did.
Never did that.
You never did. You bought me a
You
drink
said
downtown.
it, but yeah, you bought him a drink.
The voice special.
Yeah, the classic voicing. But I was like, well, for
Fucking
$60, I'll do it.
Cody's is.
So then I walk up to her and what was her name? Grace?
Don't know.
I don't know. Alan got her name. So
What?
Zach said, I said, typical voice in moment. And Zach said, oh, hand hasn't shaken. And I was like, yeah, Cody's is, though.
Alright.
God damn it. But I go up to her and I'm like, hey, I think her name's Grace. And I was like, hey, Grace, I just wanted to let you know that I'm an inch shorter but an inch longer. And she rolls her eyes at me and just turns around and like whips around back to her friend. And I was like, okay. And then I walked back. And then like a minute later, she walks over to our table and just starts talking to Zach and everybody.
Yeah, she
It's
started.
about football.
Yeah,
So she liked short guys, is what you're saying.
maybe. I think so. I don't know. She was very
worth the $60
very
though.
into football.
You got 40, really.
Yeah.
Wow.
Zach didn't pay.
Did pay for a drink, but
Hey,
did.
like 50. Hey,
$20 drink. Yeah.
pick me.
More like 70. I gave
Yeah,
her
she was
$30
a little lady. Was a pick me.
100%.
But you know what? Aren't we all right?
she did her research.
Yeah.
Gotta give her
She
that.
did.
Yeah, she did her
She did.
research. She knows what to talk. She's one of the boys, is what she is.
Is Sterling Silver Allen?
Huh?
Is Sterling Silver Allen?
No, I think
Sterling
he's.
Silver.
Sterling Silver is Sterling Silver.
Yeah, show
Sterling
yourself.
Shepard, is
I
that
don't know
you?
who this is, but
I was just about to say,
He's
no,
LOLing
Sterling
right
Silver
now.
plays for the Giants.
So yeah, then we ended up closing the bar out. Lights turned on. We were still talking to her. I think I don't remember. It just became kind of a laughing fest.
I don't remember the last time we closed out end zone. There's been a few
Yeah.
times where the lights
That's our
turned on.
first
You're
time
like,
I've
wow.
ever
Me
closed
too.
out end zone.
Me too.
Not me. I've done it like
Yeah, I've done it.
we've done it like a
Couple
few
times.
times. But it's weird when it happens. You're like,
Yeah,
damn.
it's
It really
all
is weird with end zone,
brightly
too.
lit. But yeah,
On a Thursday.
then we all went home, went our separate ways. And yeah, I think that was the wrap for that. Next day was Friday. Nothing really happened that much in the day that really matters. Watched a little bit of the All-Star game, the NHL.
Very disappointing.
Skills comp, very disappointing as always.
NHL.
It used to be good. It used to be my favorite event.
Stop it right now.
Go Kraken.
But yeah, and then so then we did a pregame for downtown. That was kind of fun. I had a lot of fun there.
was actually
we
good.
all haven't. I don't think any of us have been downtown in like over a month.
Yeah, like months.
I hadn't been downtown in 7.
I haven't
I
been.
think it was like 6 weeks.
No, I haven't been downtown since the.
Oh, Seattle Kraken suck again. That's cool.
I didn't go to the Liga game.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't go on the bike bar.
That doesn't even count as.
Right.
Oh,
We went
oh,
downtown
that
later
night.
that
Yeah,
night.
okay.
Dude, what about
Um,
graduation? With him.
Oh yeah, that was
Graduation,
last time.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, December. I was, I think, New Year's Eve. Had an eventful New
I
Year's
was
Eve. in
probably like
Liquid.
July 4th.
But yeah, so we were all excited.
It's been a while.
We
Video of you.
had some embarrassing dancing moves. We
7 months.
danced to Gangnam Style.
I feel like I definitely have a video.
It's okay.
of you before.
I went on a
Um,
bike bar. I didn't drink though.
Doesn't matter.
I don't care, Sean.
Should we pull up the video?
Nah, well,
Jamie,
we
can we
don't.
pull that up?
If we can, I don't know if we have enough. Someone can send it, but
Maybe later.
yeah.
Text it to me.
So yeah, and then we went down. We all Ubered downtown. A little hectic, not really. Then we
Just
got
typical.
Yeah, then we got silly. Keaton invited his one of his friends.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, great guy. He's got a I'm not never mind.
Fire name, by the way.
Yeah.
What,
One of
Morgan?
Keaton's buddies
Ryan.
came down.
Oh.
And
That was Morgan
then
Wallen.
I mean, honestly, Zach, you can take over because I don't really recall. I mean, I don't know if you do either.
Oh wait, I gotta. Can I tell a story?
Yeah,
real
yeah.
quick?
You have a story with Cody, right?
I do. So okay. So I'd had a couple beers, and by the time I got to the bars, I was fully sober. So I was like, I'm not gonna drink. So we kind of bar hop a couple times. And we ended up at Tom Graney's, and we're upstairs, and I'm with Sage and a few other people, and they all just leave. And Sage and I are like, all right, we'll come join y'all. So you guys said you guys were going downstairs. So I was like, oh, they're going to like the dance floor. No, that meant Roddy's. I didn't know that. So we kind of like searched for you guys for about 10 minutes. Couldn't find y'all. I saw like a work buddy, talked to her for a little bit. And then walking out of Graney's, I'm like, where did they go? Well, I'm like, you know what? Honestly, like, let's just go home. Like, I'm not going to go down to Roddy's to say like goodbye, but it's already like almost 1 o'clock. As I'm walking out and I turn the corner of Granny's, there's fucking Cody, just like wandering aimlessly, like kind of, you know, like if for the people who played GTA 5, you know when you have just like a little too much to drink and you're just like running and you're just like stumbling across. That's how Cody was, but walking. Like he was just like not there.
Where was he headed? To the rock.
So he was at the light of Strange Love. You know where I almost got hit by the cop car.
That was so fucking noisy.
So then I go, Cody! And he just looks at me and goes, yo! So he like runs over. He runs over towards me.
Keaton.
And I'm like, what's up, buddy? He's like, dude, I am fucked up. I'm like, what'd you have? And he's like, dude, I don't know, man. Second I had that Zen, dude, I just fucked me up. I was like, all right, cool. What do you want to do? He's like, I'm trying to get pizza. I'm like, all right, well, let's just maybe get a hot dog. And he was like, oh, yeah. So we start walking towards the hot dog, and as we're walking, we're in front of Amsterdam, and some guy, like, walks by Cody, and Cody just daps him up. Random stranger. And I'm like...
Does this recall?
Oh, I remember dapping up a stranger now that he says that.
Yeah.
But I don't remember why. Oh, he was wearing a jersey, and I just...
No. This guy was wearing a black jacket. He was fitted in all black. And so Cody just daps him
stuck
up.
my hand out, and he gave it.
Yeah, and then Sage and I are kind of like looking at Cody, and I was like, do you know that guy? And he goes, nope. Okay. So we walk by we walk by Hannah's, and he goes to cross the street, and he's just going across the street. Yeah! Yeah! So then we get to the hot dog line. The hot dog line is like full. It's going to be like a 10, 15 minute wait. I'm like, I'm not here. Cody's like, let's go to Pie Hole. We're right down the street. I'm like, okay, cool. We turn the corner, and we're walking towards the Egyptian Theater now, across the street, and Cody again just, yeah! Just like looking at the Egyptian Theater, cheering for it or something. Okay, so I want to preface.
He's fucking Rocky or something?
No, I want to preface.
I think there's a few people cheering back, right?
When Sage and I walked out of Graney's, there was a group of girls in front of us. And they kind of were in front of us the entire time. They were kind of going to go, I think they were going to go get hot dogs, realized they couldn't, and then they all just kind of dispersed. Well, in the process of trying to wrangle Cody, I lost those 3 girls. It wasn't like I was looking for them, but they just like disappeared. Well, we get to the Egyptian Theater, and one of the girls is by herself on the like this bollard, and just like on her phone. I told you this story, and she's on her phone, like, looking down, and Cody just walks by her and goes, "High five!" and just holds it there for, like, 5 seconds. And she eventually just looks up. No. And looks right back down.
Oh.
And
She's one of those
kind of, she's,
you know,
like,
like,
very pretentious.
uptight. You can just tell
but
by
Cody-
her.
Cody,
I was just
like-
like, I'm gonna bother her. I'm gonna ruin her.
Because
night.
Cody kind of, like, keeps his hand up, and then as she goes, no, he, like, okay, and then, like, puts it down. He's like, well, fuck you then. So then he's like, dude, she, like, looked like she wanted a high five, and I was like, Sage and I are like, Cody, not a girl who's by herself doesn't want a high five from a random dude. That's just like,
Wait, was she like our age?
yes, she was like 23 in a dress, and Cody's just like, high five.
I remember this. I just saw her rocking like this way, fancy dress. I think she had like one of those little
She's literally on her phone like this.
things, and she's on her phone. You can just tell. Like you can just tell she's just not
She
like
was
not
very
talking
pretentious, but-
about with anybody about anything. But I was just like, well, I'm gonna be a dick. In my mind, I was like, this is a great idea. So I literally just said high five, and when she walked back, she looked up at like the last second. She's just like, no.
No,
And
and
looked
then looked
back
right back down.
And I just said,
I
all
looked
right,
at
go
her-
fuck yourself.
I looked at her and I was like, sorry, he's had a little too much drink. She goes, mm-hmm. And then Cody, I joined back Cody, and he goes, gee, well, fuck her then. And he's like, I thought she looked like she wanted a high five. And I was like, you know, I'm not gonna lie,
Everybody
man.
wants a high five one. That's what I think.
So how did you guys get home then?
So then, well, I hadn't had much to drink, so I gave Cody a ride home. But we get to Pie Hole, right? And we're like chilling in the line. Well, I don't know what the fuck happened, but Cody went in to do something. Oh, so they gave Cody one less slice than what he had paid for. So I told him, I was like, just go back in and get a new one. While he's in, this random dude comes up to Sage and I, and he's like, can I get a hug? And I was just like, he was kind of like a cool dude. Like, he didn't, like, give off, like, any creepy vibes. He was probably just drunk or high. And I was like, yeah, dude. So I gave him a hug. He's like, yeah, dude, I love you. And then he gave Sage a hug, and he's like, you guys are my best friends. Then he fucking, like, kind of stumbles going outside the bar, or going outside a Pie Hole. Cody comes back out. These three girls walk out a little bit after Cody, and they're kind of like, oh! One of them throws away their pizza in the trash can, and she, like, bounces off the trash can and just fucking rolls on the bench.
I was literally
Like, you're throwing something away, hits the trash can, and just fucking, like, rolls onto the bench and just biffs it big time.
Jeez.
So,
yeah, like that was
That's funny.
It was rough because like I just couldn't shake that feeling. You guys know I'm not gonna go into it, but you know.
the Riz feeling? What?
Yeah, he was horny.
Yeah, he was risen.
He was feeling
So
it.
I feel like
kidding.
Sean and Zach have a different perspective
We do.
this weekend.
But we have an intermission. We're going to take another sip. I poured a little bit less this time. But this is the Lynchburg Lemonade.
Lynch.
yeah, can I try?
Berg.
Hey, shout out Sterling, man. Shout out
Lynchburg.
Sterling.
Lynchburg.
He's
Everyone
acting
give a
right,
sip,
man.
see how you like it.
It tastes like a White Claw. I'm not gonna lie. Try it. Just finish this.
Hey, we're gonna get into basketball
have much
trades
taste.
today? I'd like to. Trade deadline was yesterday.
In a minute.
No,
First one's better.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, guys.
I'm not. I don't like this.
It's so subtle you can barely taste like the lemonade.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just because of our.
Dude, what if you mix that with lemonade though?
I give that probably like a 5.5, 6. Now that
Very
first
bland.
one, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no, that
First one's
so
definitely
fucking
10 out of 10. This
Tastes
one,
like Hawaiian Punch, dude.
I give a 5 out of 10, this one.
Yeah, this one's not very good.
Yeah, but like in a variety pack like that, like there's gonna be that one where it's just like
Yeah, but it
it's
kind of
ass.
has that.
That's like the White Claw pack
No,
where it's
it
like
has
only
that
black
sharp,
cherry.
like you can taste that sharp.
alcohol.
Sharp cheddar.
Not like it's like giving off like, oh, this is just all alcohol, but like
Talk
you
F1.
can taste it at the end.
Oh,
It's that sharp lemonade.
Wait, I know who this is.
Is that Luke?
This is Luke.
It's Luke.
I'll definitely talk
He's a
F1.
dog.
Luke who?
It's my teacher,
Oh hell yeah,
The same guy I had. Yep.
Keaton
W.
Daddy,
Keaton's daddy. Who's Tristan?
Mulroney.
Yeah, no, the drunk stories.
What's up, Tristan? What's up, buddy?
What's up, buddy?
How you doing?
That's funny.
Good to have you on.
I think that's
So, while that was happening, you have your own?
I have my
Yeah, no. So, while that was happening,
What happened with me and then go into that.
we're not going to leave out that part. So we're going around Roddy's. We're like, I forget why we were walking for so long, and we just kept like circling for some reason. Yeah, it
has to be
just
Luke.
didn't feel the vibe.
was almost as if like we were like running away from something or someone.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
It
remember.
was just weird, man. We just couldn't find our place.
Yeah, no, we couldn't. We were just like, let's just move on from here. So we get out of Roddy's. Then we decide to go to Hannah's. We get in line. Nothing eventful there. I don't even remember walking.
What's up, buddy? Good to hear from you.
We go into Roddy's, or no, Hannah's.
Thanks for stopping by.
We come in, and
It's not Luke.
what did we get? Scott got us Pink Whitney Sprite, which is honestly,
Pink Whitney Sprite? That sounds kind of
Pink Whitney Sprite is the drink to go to. I like that a lot. Especially Hannah's there, the
I
only
think you
bar.
gotta be careful.
That
That
is-
that fucking Sprite. That
pretty
shit's
fire.
sugar fucking heavy. You get fat.
Shut up. Who cares?
Hey,
You're drinking.
you don't care
All
if
the
you're
boys.
gonna wake up in the morning with.
Yeah, but you're
fucking-
trying to have a good time. It's not
good
like,
times, dude.
I mean, it's not like a marathon.
You guys
it's
ever
a
read a
sprint.
book? That's a good
It's not a
sign.
marathon.
Me,
It's a
guys.
sprint.
Oh,
It's not my teacher, Luke.
Okay, fine for sure.
No.
But who else knows
Anyways,
F1? Who
you're,
else knows that I
anyways,
know
you're in
F1?
Hannah's.
Who chugs a mixed drink?
I mean, I
Me?
know a lot of people. I feel like, I don't know. Doesn't
I
matter.
definitely do like
Um,
vodka.
marathon.
I do vodka sodas.
Yeah, no, true.
Do you chug them though?
Dog, I chug Long Island's. I chug anything that's.
Dude, that's...
I'm literally,
That is fucking no.
I'm literally college, dude. I shotgunned a Kona longboard. I mean,
Dude, yeah, he did, actually.
I chugged cum, beer, or
Hold up, wait a minute.
Something ain't
beer,
right.
Beer, yeah. I just
That's getting clipped out of context.
dicks, sporting goods.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not chugging, but I'm jugging. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
And Vanessa.
Can you explain, like, the Uber situation? Or do you even know?
Juggers.
Anyways,
Because we
In
were
Roddy's or
we were
in
in
Hannah's?
Hannah's. I think we were dancing. Zach has a hilarious video.
So
We didn't really prepare. We were going to show it, but
yeah, I mean, I kind of want to go back tonight to Roddy's.
yeah, go ahead.
So I don't know. We just couldn't find our spot. Like I was saying, like we were walking around a lot. Anyways, we ended up finding our spot, and me and Scott and Yaya are all just like kind of like scoping out the area and just like looking around.
For bitches.
And we start talking, yeah. And this guy walks up to us and he's like, "Hey guys, like how you guys doing?" We're like, "Doing good. We're doing good." He's like, "Good, good." He's like, "Oh, like are you looking at that girl?" And we were specifically looking at this one girl because she was beautiful. And I knew he was gonna do that shit.
Clip it.
I knew he was gonna do that shit.
She was beautiful.
No, but she was bad, and we were both looking at her, and he goes, "Yeah, like I can help, like talk to you guys with her." And I was like,
Oh no, the
"Hold
wingman.
on, what?" He's like, "Yeah, like I can help you guys talk to her if you want me to." And I was like, "Sure."
This was
And
in
Scott-
Roddy's?
In Roddy's, and you were like right here. You just couldn't hear it because you were looking at someone else.
I was gonna
And
say
Scott-
I don't remember this.
The intrusive thoughts of one with Scott, and Scott goes, "No, like we're gay." And I was like, and I looked at him, I was like, "Scott!" And the dude's like, "Wait, like actually?" And he's like, "Yeah, like we're gay." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, like we came here like alone, like we're basically like just like looking for a good time." And he's like, "Oh my god, I'm bi. I'm literally looking for you guys." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Your guys like category like gay people and bi people. I'm looking for them."
Got
And
yourself in a
Scott and I
pickle.
are like, "Oh, yeah, dude. Like, you want to like go talk to them just like to be friendly?" Dude leaves our conversation, starts talking to the girls, and the girls were assholes. Like, they basically said like, "Get the fuck out of here" or something. He walks away. Scott, like, dude, Scott, what the hell is wrong with you? Because he literally just walks up. He's like, "Yeah, did he like say that he was gay to you guys too?" Like, he kept like saying that he was gay to us. And Scott's like literally talking to them, starting a conversation with that, and I'm like, "Scott, dude," and
We got it.
so this happens, and Scott starts talking to this girl. I'm kind of talking to the other girl. They end up walking away, and we walk back to like our group, and this girl walks up to Yaya, and we're like, "Who the hell is this?" Because she comes flying. Like it's not like a walk. She like almost like jogs to beat like the crowd that was walking out, and she walks straight up to Yaya, and me and Scott are like, "What the fuck just happened?" Then I'll let Yaya finish his side of the
So I
story.
was so drunk that I didn't even know that even happened.
Yeah.
Because I am, in my brain, I am standing there with all my friends, just literally not thinking about anything. I'm vibing, and this girl just comes flying up and stands right in front of me.
Yep.
And I'm just like, "Hey, how are you?"
Oh, you told me this story.
And I put my arm around her because like I can't hear her, so like I lean in to like genuinely try to hear what she's saying. And fuck you. And at this point, I am hanging on to her because otherwise I'm gonna fall over. I am so drunk.
Thank you, Tristan, for the input.
Anyways, she asked for my snap, and I was like, sure. So I give her my snap, and I was like, I'll text you tomorrow. And she's like, no, you won't. And I was like, yeah, I will. And she's like, you're not even gonna remember my name. And I was like, yeah, your name is Paige. Her name is Sophia. Her name is Sophia.
I knew that
Come
was
on,
coming.
mate.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. No, I totally got it wrong. But then, at that point, I think Zooch might have heard it, and he was like, we need to go home. And I was like, oh, I'm going with him. Because I was out of control. And he
I was out of control.
No, like, I needed to go home. It was time.
No, we know the road.
Yeah, no.
Homeboy be
You're the
kissing.
one that said that you were gay with Scott. So
Scott said that, not Zach. So
you were guilty by association.
Scott, sometimes
Yeah, I mean, I kind of had to
Scott,
go
if
with
you're
it
still
just because,
listening,
like,
Save him.
The dude was like, "Oh my god," he was hella shocked. I'm like, "Scott, like,
you talk a lot about that stuff, man. Is there something you're hiding from us?
But dude, it was just
Yeah,
like it was
Scott's
so funny my interaction with her, and then she texted me the next morning, and I was just like, I told you I would text you the next day, and she was like, she's like, whatever, and we still snap, but
yeah."
but when so before that,
Very cool.
I'm in the Uber with Zach, and not this Zach, my boss technically. And I get out. The second I get out of the Uber, I vomit everywhere, just all over the bush. Yep, definitely needed it. But I come in, Zooch grabs my phone, orders DoorDash. I don't give a shit. I go to my room, and I didn't know this until the next day, but I tried to get my pants off, and I fell, and I broke my shelf because I ran into it. It actually, so like I have like a little plug-in behind it, and the back of it slammed against it, and there's a hole in it. I'll show you guys after. Yeah.
Oh, I saw it. I wouldn't even
Did
right
you like scratch the fuck out of your back?
Oh yeah, my back has a scratch this big on the back, and then my arm is all cut from like right here.
Dude, I can see it now.
And-
Just you walking. Just...
Yep, and then just boom. Don't even remember falling. And then so the next morning, Zooch like knocked on my door, and because he had to leave, it's like noon. Like I should have been up, but he was like texting me, and he's like, "I'm sorry about your shelf," and I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You broke your shelf." I fucking spring up out of my
Sold
bed,
yourself too
and
early,
I look
man.
over.
Sold
All
yourself.
of my hats are on the floor. Everything on the shelf is just all over my floor. All the shelves broken, hole in it.
Wait, did you fall asleep out here?
No, I fell asleep in my room. So what I did is I walked to my room, tried to take my pants off, and I tripped myself and fell into the fucking
Oh, I
shelf.
see. And then you came back out here to see like if Zeus was here, and Zeus told you that, or what?
No, he texted me. He knocked on my door and was like, "Hey, I'm leaving." I was like, "All right, I'll catch you later." And then when he left, he texted me. He's like, "Sorry about your shelf." And so then I got up and I looked at it.
Sorry about your shit.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, shit. And then you guys invited me to breakfast. I come back and I showered after breakfast. I didn't even realize I got scratched until I took my shirt off, and I was like, what the fuck is all this? And then I was like,
Dude, it was bad.
it was my shelf.
He looked like Anthony when he was floating sophomore year.
dude, it was
Aw.
so bad.
Um,
It was-
Sean.
all right, another quick intermission. We got round 3. This is the Jack Daniels
Watermelon punch.
Watermelon Punch. I have a feeling this is going to be very sugary, but it might be good.
That is Luke, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, that's subtle.
Tastes like a Jolly Rancher.
Wow.
It is Luke.
This is the first.
Yeah.
This is the first watermelon drink that I haven't been like.
Yeah,
That's
we
too
love
much.
Luke.
Huh?
That's
Okay.
way to give a eulogy.
I like it.
Yeah, no, that's really good.
Confident try at least, but
Okay.
I like the subtleness of the one.
I think this one's pretty good. I will say that the first one we had is still better.
I agree.
think this
I
one's
agree.
like an 8 out of 10, and dude, that one is probably one of the best drinks I've ever had in my life. Tasting wise, that shit tastes so good.
So yeah, after that we go to Hannah's, and
I don't know if I fuck with the water.
Sean, you like it?
no, I'm just not a watermelon drink.
It tastes like Jolly Rancher.
It does, and I
does.
think
Yeah.
if I drink enough of these, I just get a headache.
I just
Yeah,
like
that's
water.
Yeah, I mean, I think all these are headache bound, but
100%.
I would drink these in the summer.
Sorry to bring that back up, but anyways, you guys are in Hannah's, right?
So we're walking from Roddy's to Hannah's, and a certain someone starts chirping at him.
Oh boy.
And it's me, Scott, and Sean. And this dude's like, grab one. Like, you want to fight? And Sean's like, dude, get out of my face. Like, I know who you are. Leave me alone. And so, like, we walk into Hannah's, and this guy, like, starts following us, and he's like, hey, man, what's wrong?
I don't think he was coherent.
He was literally saying, like, nothing. And, like, I was like, what? And Sean's like, I don't want to fight you. Leave me alone. And Scott, like, didn't hear any of this. And he, like, was like, Sean, like, let's just go. And I'm like, fellas, like, let's just leave. Like, hey, sorry about that.
Typical Scott.
Anyways, we walk into Hannah's. And the next morning, I'm looking at my phone. Everyone's sending the videos like we always do. And I look at my phone, and I see a video of Sean. And Sean's literally like, and I'm like, dude,
Send it to
what?
Yaya. We can put it
And
up.
like, yeah, I'll try to send it to you right now. And I was like genuinely confused what this was. And we were in Hannah's for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes at best.
Cool. Yeah. So, honestly, yeah, Hannah's was Rocky. Rocky was on stage? Question
Yeah.
mark
Rocky
for a little bit.
sucks So fucking bad.
Dude, she is.
Oh, you know what I
really
found
bad.
out? I found out this
She's
week.
mad?
I wish.
Okay.
Damn it!
Okay.
I found out that the reason that she's still employed is because she owns that bar.
I know she
What?
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocky has
You guys didn't know that?
Yeah,
I
of course she does.
Oh,
I did
I've
not know
known
that at
that.
all.
Bro, what self-respecting person would hire Rocky Johnson nightly?
That's fair.
It's literally just a hobby for her.
Dude, like, she's-
performing. Scott's like,
She's making money.
genuinely
She also-
confused
she
what's
also is a
happening and, like,
huge-
why she's performing.
Yeah.
A huge
She also is
sex
a. I don't know. I have
A
never.
man?
Maybe she's a. She started the booster club for Idaho Steelheads.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
maybe
she gets to
that's
sing
interesting.
the national anthem for the
Oh my
Steelheads
God.
naturally.
Kill me.
Yeah. I've been
Oh,
there.
wow.
It's
So
a hard,
there's, like,
hard,
really
hard
good
watch.
Rather watch
Scott's
paint
like,
dry.
Scott's like genuinely confused, like with who this is
With
and
Rocky?
like, why she's performing. Yeah. We're kind of just like walking around, and then I pull out my phone. Like I think we had just got drinks or something. Went back to the dance floor. I pull out my phone, and the video that that Yaya's gonna show. That Yaya's gonna show. I can't believe I just did that.
I can.
Sorry. The video that Yaya's about to show was the outcome.
Picking up.
Hold on.
It will.
I can't believe I just did that.
All right, boys.
We got a new little feature on
I
our
want to make sure I have
stuff here.
Yeah.
Desktop audio.
This might be really loud, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry viewers, but this is it.
First time we've done it, so.
Hey, find that wife, baby.
Sin, dude.
Oh, there it goes. Why is it in slow motion? Yeah, this is just that right there. I sit
that
there.
10-second portion where it's like not like looking at anyone. I'm spam.
Hey, find that wife, baby.
That last about 10 seconds. 10 second. And I'm like, dude, why is it working?
Yeah.
See Scott pop in.
I don't know what the thought process was behind that. I don't know if there was one. But yeah, that was.
Yeah, and then I think after that we got an Uber home. We both don't really remember the Uber. I'm not sure if Scott does.
I texted someone. I don't remember.
This
Shout out.
someone.
I don't remember. Doesn't matter. But yeah.
What'd you say?
I think I said someone was really beautiful. Is what I
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
No, it doesn't matter.
Pretty sure you asked. Us
I'll tell you
how
off
they were
air.
doing
No,
too,
yeah.
question mark.
I'll tell you off air. I'll tell you off air.
Like text me how you're doing? Question mark.
No.
Like you have a beautiful
No.
personality.
Yeah, that
question
was
mark.
it. That was it. So yeah, we get a Uber home. I think
You're on one today. You gotta fucking relax.
no, he's got to
Enjoy.
Was it with me?
settle down.
You gotta
Settle
settle down.
But yeah, and then after that we went to. Well, I didn't go to bed. I ate some Del Taco.
Oh,
Best place. I'm sorry, only place open. I'm not going to Pie Hole. I'm going to Del Taco.
good point. Dude, I don't get the hate. I don't get the shits in Pie Hole. I don't.
I mean, neither do I. But like, I'd
Every
rather
time
have a
for me
nice
is so bad.
You guys have
crispy
every
chicken
single
taco
time,
rather than a pepperoni slimy pizza.
No, you gotta go to the place
But-
downtown. That's why you
Yeah,
gotta
so
True.
Sorry, go ahead.
Friday was good, and then Saturday was just kind of quick. We ended up getting just dinner with Alan's mom and Scott and Sean, and then Sunday, Or no. We went to
10
we
Barrel.
went to brunch.
We went to
That's
10
what's
Barrel
happening.
We went
on.
to brunch on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was hella funny. I forgot that was Saturday.
Brunch was just a typical recap, like
Yeah.
one of those things, you know.
It was a recap.
Hungover.
It was a
He's not
recap.
having it.
Yeah.
Now I'm chirping him like a motherfucker.
He still doesn't know how to play the game, though, so.
Nonstop.
I just lost the game.
Nonstop. I couldn't understand the game. I kept getting under his skin, and he's like, "Dude, stop! You're literally 5'6", you fuck." I was like, "Damn."
Yeah.
Like,
I wasn't having it, dude. My sausage comes out and it's raw. I'm starving,
And you were pissed,
hungover.
So like right before our food comes, he says this, and like my response is like, I'm just gonna do like what I think he did like in a basketball game. So I'm literally like, and he looks at me like with his glasses like barely hanging off his head.
Not
He's like,
sunglasses, they're UV sunglasses.
whatever they were, but he literally looks at me. He's like,
Oh, they're sunglasses. Okay, all right.
turns around, our food gets sent to us, and like everything's fine after that. But that shit was so funny. I'm like, jeez, man.
It was
So
funny because
loud.
I saw you turn to Kevin and you do your typical, watch this, watch this. And then he goes, so yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
I hate that shit. You always be doing that shit.
I'm pretty sure I said some dumb ass shit like, so yeah, like, how's your food, bro?
Yeah,
Like something hella dumb because this dude was starving and hella hungover. He's like, Zach, not right now, you 5'6", fuck. And I was like, holy shit. I kind of deserved that, but I didn't at the same time.
Yeah, no, that shit was funny.
Other than that, though, I think we had a pretty fun weekend.
Good time.
I like the sporadic downtown, kind of not like every week kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it makes
digging
it more
that.
fun.
But yeah, that is pretty much it for any kind of weekend recap. I realize how long it's gone.
Do we want to break down basketball or do we want to break this or that?
We got 5 people watching.
This or that?
Yeah, we'll do that. Then we'll get into some basketball. Just
Let's
of
end on the basketball and then let's kind of roll out.
Yep.
No, I know. We'll get to it. I just want to do this game for sure.
Yeah. So anyone watching right now, you're going to be involved in our conversation right now. This is called This or That, and we are going to debate 2 topics. You guys watching, I want to have you comment 2 different things. And you guys, so pick 2 different topics. An example would be LeBron versus MJ. In and Out versus whatever better like food restaurant burger.
Oh,
Yeah, same.
Psycho.
Pancakes, waffles. Like,
Wendy's is better than In-N-Out.
Yeah, it actually is.
Drake versus Lil Nas X for best rapper.
Give me
Lil Nas X, yeah.
Yeah.
For best zesty rapper, I would put Lil. Honestly,
Drake
Yeah.
is right there.
yeah.
21. Can you do
Some for me. Can you hit a little rich thing for me?
Okay.
But
But yeah, anyone watching, please give us 2 topics. Give us 2 topics
Drake
and
does
we'll
what he's
battle it
doing.
out.
He's a fucking
But
bum.
while you guys think of stuff, we're going to do our next round.
No.
This is called the Southern Peach.
Mercedes versus Red Bull. Wow, this is going to
Yep.
be F1. This
Yep.
is going to be F1.
Oh.
Oh wow, I don't know much F1. I guess I'll.
They can talk to you.
Keaton.
Keaton's like, oh, I'm excited. Yeah.
But the
I'm
next
excited.
one,
My name's Keaton.
Apex versus COD.
Well, I have played Apex. COD is way better.
So I'm just going to say right now, historically, I like Mercedes. Well, I think Mercedes is better. Indy versus F1 is F1 all the day.
No way. Dude.
No.
Indy way better. That's where you bring out the true people.
Southern
What do you
Peach.
mean Indy is better? In what way? What do you like?
It brings out the true Americans, Keaton. The people that don't give a fuck about how much money is going into the fucking dickheads that drive those fucking F1 cars. They're idiots. NASCAR is for the people.
All right, before we continue, this is Southern Peach. By the smell of it, I don't know. We shall see. Chat, keep giving us this or that. Give us 2 topics and we will debate it.
No.
Anything
Oh,
you guys can think of?
Actually, I could do NASCAR versus if he's sitting. I could do NASCAR versus F1.
Oh man.
I don't know.
I don't hate that.
I think F1 might be a little bit more entertaining.
I would put it below the lemonade.
But I think
I
NASCAR,
also
that shit's
hate
fucking
these.
dope.
I hate
NASCAR's
this.
lame.
No way.
He needs a better mic. No, it just needs to be louder.
Well,
you're the one that
turned it down.
I am turning it down because it picks up everything.
It'll be better.
How'd you know my name, dude?
Skill issue. Yeah, I would put this below the lemonade
I think
for sure.
ranks like this.
Okay, Cam, you guys can't see
Way
this,
to
but
turn it to the camera.
That's a solid.
I think we all agree on this one. The camera can't pick that up.
No, I kind of like. I think this one's the best personally, but yeah.
So what Zach ranked it was down home.
This one's empty, dude.
What's it called? Down home punch. The watermelon, whatever, Lynchburg lemonade, and the Southern peach at the very end.
I'd go with that ranking.
I would have to agree with that. Yayo's gonna have to agree with that. Cody.
I think the lemonade has the most potential too, which is kind of
This
crazy.
one is unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. I could drink those all day. You know, if you're by
I think they have-
Do they have tall boys of those?
I think they
It
do.
is a tall boy.
They're technically not tall boys, but there are.
No, but they have like tall boy versions of those. I
Give
think.
me
I think you get single cans. Probably like $3 or something at all.
Or you can get one of those and drink it on the river. And float the river.
I'd float the river drink.
Yeah. Fish.
That'd be kind of fire.
Fishing.
Dude, the summer podcasts are going to go crazy too. I want to figure out a way to do it outside.
It's gotta be lit.
All right,
around a
gentlemen,
campfire.
follow me this way.
Yeah, I was going to say, Cody knows.
But yeah, so this or that we got. Keaton, do you have anything you want to?
Yeah, I mean, we got Mercedes versus Red Bull, but you guys aren't like big F1 fans. I can.
You can go on.
I'll say Mercedes.
I'm gonna. I think once F1 starts, I want to have a little F1 segment because I think that would be really fun to break.
I'll have
down.
to do my research.
Dude, it's so fun, man.
Keenan, I'm going to go Red Bull
I'll
just
do
to
Mercedes
combat
just
you,
to shake
actually.
things up.
I said I like Red Bull more.
Oh.
No, Mercedes, dude.
I just,
All day.
from what I remember talking F1 with Luke, is Red Bull is kind of like the status quo.
So Red Bull right now is basically. Thanks, Tristan. Have a great night, buddy.
I'm out. Hey,
Tristan,
thank you.
Peace.
Thanks for watching.
Appreciate you, Tristan.
So Red Bull is Red Bull right now is kind of like they're the pinnacle of success. Like nobody can top them. Mercedes is really close, but Mercedes for years have been the top dogs. Lewis Hamilton has 7 world championships. One of them's with McLaren when he was like a second year, but then all of them have been with Mercedes ever since. In the last, I think, like 12 seasons, 8 of the champions have been, or no, 7 of the champions have been Mercedes. 8, I think it's 8 or 7 have been Mercedes, and then 3 have been other teams until the last 3 years, where Red Bull has a driver. Kind of point to the NASCAR argument. Read that out. Yeah.
So what Luke is saying is counterpoint to the NASCAR argument. Racing needs a place where speed is all important, even more than cost. Even if $1 million gets me 1/10 of a second, then I spend it.
So that's kind of why I like F1 and why I never got into NASCAR. There's two big factors. There's 2 big factors for me. The first one is track, right? NASCAR is a circular track. It's cool, but it's just like it's the same thing for 3 hours. When you watch an F1 race, it's an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours, and it's consistently zigzag, up and down, left and right, circular. I mean,
Not the same.
It's completely different. Yeah, and every track is different. Every track is unique in its own way. Like certain tracks are going to be faster, certain tracks are going to be slower. Some are going to be better for different cars. It's really dependent on that. Secondly, it's like a Pinewood Derby. It's not about not all cars are the same. Like NASCAR, they have to follow a very strict guideline. So almost all the cars are the same. It's just chassis and slight parts are different. The cool thing about F1 is it's all about the money. So the reason why Red Bull and Mercedes and McLaren are always at the top is because really there's no cap space. It's basically like baseball. The Oakland A's are like Haas and like low-level, entry-level teams, Alfa Romeo, AlphaTauri, that basically just don't have a lot of money. There's just basically like feeder programs, but they're still in the F1 circuit.
Which is crazy. You say it's not a lot of money, but that's like millions of dollars
Oh, yeah.
into those like low entry teams.
Yeah, but you look at like what they're allowed to spend, and the biggest thing is that they borrow parts. So Haas runs Ferrari engines, so Ferrari makes their engines for a price, and then Ferrari can use that to buy parts for their car. So they all split parts, but someone like Red Bull uses Honda for engines, and they're going to start using Ford in 2026, which I love. They're going to start using Ford engines, but they use Honda engines, and well, Honda's not an F1; they just manufacture parts. So it's very like cutthroat. There's a lot of part sharing, but there's also a lot of part manufacturers. The biggest thing is that there's just no there's certain regulations on how you can build it, but there's no regulations on how good it can be.
Yeah.
If you watch highlights of the Mercedes car in 2020, the Silver Arrow car, like I think it was the G43. Dude, that car you could take around a corner at 150 miles an hour and just
Quick question.
thing was stuck.
How much do the top racers get paid?
Okay, so big teams use little teams to train high. Yes. For example, on that point, real quick, George Russell, who's a Mercedes driver, drove for Williams, who's like the worst team and has been for a bunch of years, and now he's doing really well. So it's basically like you make $1 million for a couple years, and then you go work for Mercedes. We're going to make a bank.
Yeah.
Someone like Lewis Hamilton, he's making about $70 million a year. 50 to 70. Now, that's obviously like contingent on his race wins.
Yeah.
This is the first year in his career where he didn't have a single win. It's pretty crazy. Considering last year he should have won the championship. Not this last season, but the season before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like 50 or something. I don't know if he restructured. Yeah, Louis Hamilton. Well, I mean, he's the greatest.
That's a lot.
He's the greatest, in my opinion, he's the greatest Formula One driver ever.
Now, some might say that F1 is not a sport. Is it a sport or is it not a sport?
I'm going to hold on. I think yes, because of the amount of training they put in of not just racing, like physically.
So,
like they are in the
G-force
gym.
training?
Well,
G-force training.
Have you ever seen the guys train their necks? So there's a racer named there's a racer named Lando Norris from McLaren, and he does YouTube a lot. And he posted a video on someone. He's with a team, like a British organization called Quadrant, and they just make a bunch of YouTube videos. And they grabbed random people off the streets and like people out of the gym and had them do this neck pulley exercise. And it basically puts a bunch of pressure on your neck and like pulls it, and you got to basically like counteract that. It helps like train your spine. And they were able to get up to like 36 pounds of like pull before they like had to jam their neck. Lando Norris, who's like 5'8", 160 pounds, I think he did something along the lines of like 89 to like 110 pounds on that.
That's crazy.
Yes, those guys.
Just neck muscle?
Yes, those.
Yeah, you actually want to be
Fat necks,
short.
dude.
You want to be short as an F1 driver.
Well, that's not always the truth. You just want to be. When you look at an F1 driver, they all have the same body. Some are taller, like George Russell's like 6'3", but they're all just very slender. Like they're all just extremely thin, not muscular. They're just lengthy.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say F1 is a sport only on the simple fact that it's extremely dangerous. There have been, I think, up until 1980, there was 3 deaths at least every single year on the F1 circuit. Now it's one of the safest sports you can do.
Because they put that bar there, right?
Yeah.
What does that bar do?
It's called the Halo. So there's actually a crash you can find. It's called.
Show me it.
Yeah, it's a racer called Roman Grosjean, and he actually at this point was racing for Haas, and I think it was Abu Dhabi, so it was the last race of the year. And it's this halo that they put on top of the car that basically like covers the top of your head, and it's this little like carbon fiber strip, and then it's big carbon fiber piping on the top. And this dude, like his tire popped. Yeah, his tire popped, and he just like completely biffed it and went right into this metal wall, and just completely like tore off the whole top part of his car, and it would have decapitated him in a heartbeat. The car was on fire for like 2 minutes. Dude walked out, nothing.
Unscathed.
He was going full speed, like
The Halo took very little damage, and it's a little carbon fiber strip that took the force.
it looks like this. It's like
Yeah. It looks like a football helmet. It's kind of like a football helmet.
Weird.
it's hard to explain. Like if you saw it, you'd think it would like actually like make them worse drivers because it gets in the
Yeah,
way, but they get used to it, right?
yeah, they get comfortable with it because it's kind of like your nose. You don't see it after a certain while. Go ahead.
Well, Zach keeps talking and it's not picking up.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
How fast are these guys normally going?
It depends. Ripped his car in half. That shouldn't be possible. Yeah, it wasn't. The biggest thing is It depends. It could be like in Vegas because they're going to do a Vegas like middle of the year. They're going to be doing a buck. They're probably going to be doing 200 down the strip. Probably 205, 210. It really depends
Are
on
they
the
going
car.
to close the strip and make that part of the?
Yeah, that's part of the circuit. It's a city circuit, which happens in a lot. Like Miami, the Miami circuit is a city circuit.
That's kind of tough.
Tickets already sold.
Yeah, dude. Going to one of those events, it's like the Kentucky Derby almost, where it's like it's a status thing of like.
I wouldn't.
It's
even,
not like an
yeah.
NFL game where you just go. Like we could just go to an NFL game and have fun. Like
Yeah.
the F1 thing, you
F1's
kind of have to
expensive.
like either be somebody or know somebody
Yeah.
to go to one of those things.
Those cars are probably doing 210 to 215 down that straight, but then they take a corner. They'll do a corner like a hard corner that you think like you're getting to school and you have to stop at the light and go 15 miles an hour to take. They're probably doing that at a $160, maybe a $165.
But that's that's the G's they have to train for.
They're a lot of times they pull like 6 Gs laterally, which is essentially the it's the lateral. Like if you were in an F1 fighter jet, it's the same G-force just laterally. So if they were driving a G-force jet at about 300 miles an hour, or a jet like a military jet, that's the same G-force that they're pulling basically.
That's actually kind of crazy you say that because in my my dynamics class, I actually learned about that.
Yeah.
Like we did a problem with G-force,
F-
and it's a mechanical class, but I loved that class. That was like one of the coolest problems I've ever done in college.
Yeah. What's amazing?
That shit's crazy too, bro. Like
What's
I couldn't imagine
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. They'll hit 210 on a straight in like Baku, which is fucking.
Verstappen had a blowout at 206. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Imagine
I
moving
remember-
206 miles an hour and crashing.
I remember watching that live, dude. But those cars are so fucking intact. Like it's.
That's got to be like the scariest fucking thing too. Like I mean, like those guys are probably
Well, they
they're built for it, but like when
Yeah.
that shit happens, like
not
how do you
built for
react when
206
you're
miles per
literally
hour
going
crashing,
like
bro.
this?
Yeah. I was going to say, like, you're controlling the vehicle, but there hits a point where you are no longer in control of the vehicle
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah.
And you're going
Crashing at
206
miles per hour.
miles an hour.
You're not used to that at all.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
built for
Well,
that.
I can say
Nobody
that
is.
in order to be an F1 driver, and this is what a lot of people don't realize, and this is why there's not a lot of F1 drivers in the world. Like, there's only 20 first and foremost in the entire world, and there's only. Well, actually, there isn't a single American on the circuit. There's like one, and he's in F2, and he'll make it to F1. But it's pretty insane. A lot of these guys have to be racing from like 2 years old. They basically got to be born in a cart. You got to basically have rich families. Like you got to be able to fund maybe
Well, you see a
3
lot of
million.
Europeans
Yeah. You got to fund about $2 to $3 million until they can make it to F1. Because up until you get into like Formula Juniors, which is like racing the Japan series, the Renault series, Mercedes series, which is basically like F4, which is single A baseball in a sense, you're making no money. And your family's got to pay for the whole thing. So that's why when you think about
It goes like F1, F2, F3, F4.
there's like F4, but that's like a junior series. They're like they're still kind of driving go-karts, but it like a little more tricked out.
His name's Logan Sargent.
Yeah.
Okay.
F1's dope.
I think we went a little
Yeah.
into that.
Sorry.
so
I love
let's go
F1.
into the
No,
next
you're good.
topic. No, I love that honestly because I'm really ignorant with F1. So
I also like
I
learning
want the
about
boys.
that. Like,
I want the
I
boys
just
to
wanna
honestly
talk
get
about
into
things
it.
that we can
F1's
actually
cool.
all relate to as well. So
No, for sure.
It's like basketball.
if you have a this or that, I was going to end with that.
Yeah. Yeah, who's got a this or that?
Debate, but
Let's
if
just
you guys have a
transition.
this or that, then let's do
MJ
it.
versus LeBron. Let's do it.
Well, I feel like having the jersey on. I'll talk about it. We had a meeting
had a
on
stat to pull up
what was it
for that.
Tuesday? Oh yeah, Tuesday. And we all were able to watch LeBron break the all-time scoring record, which I think is very cool. Just kind of witnessing history. I don't know if that settles the debate for you guys of who's the GOAT, but it's got to be up there in all-time achievements because I just don't know if we're going to see that again.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's like, yeah, he passed it, but I think he's going to blow it out of the water.
Well, yeah, like I think he's gonna play a couple more years. But so if you think that if that like settles the debate, I don't think it does. Was Kareem the GOAT
No.
For a while, yeah.
For
Okay.
a while.
until
But
MJ?
That's a horrible argument.
But I don't think that you can like have him passing Kareem to settle the
yeah, no, I
debate
agree.
just because he passed
go.
Kareem.
Okay, so I want to pull up this stat real quick. This dude, I want to pull up the full one because this guy brought in a lot of heat. This guy made a spreadsheet, of LeBron versus Jordan versus Braun defensive comparison and offensive comparison and like accolades and stuff. Right now, I'm only finding the I'm only finding the defensive comparison. But LeBron played 18 seasons. MJ played 13. Jordan has 1 Defensive Player of the Year, 9-time All-Defense, 9-time All-Defense first team, top 5 DPOY 7 times, top 3 DPOY 3 times, top 2 DPOY twice. And then LeBron's played for 18 seasons. He doesn't have a DPOY. 6 All-Defense, 5 All-Defense first teams. He's losing in defensive rating. The only thing he's tied in is top 2 DPOY. But defensively, he's not as good comparatively.
That comes with the era of basketball that he was playing in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to find the full stat.
100. How does that not? Because Cody, teams are scoring more points now than ever in the NBA.
Yeah.
This is
Okay,
the most
that's fair,
efficient.
but if you watch the games, literally LeBron is just lollygagging around on defense. He's cherry picking the entire fucking time.
Yeah, but
he doesn't
awards-
play any defense.
I'm not arguing.
That's
Awards
the
are more
that's
based
the biggest
on
difference between him and Jordan.
generations.
You can argue it at all points. You need to be, if you want to be the GOAT, you have to play both ways, and LeBron doesn't do it. Sorry.
He does.
I watch him, and
He does, but it's not to the
Where's the
extent of
9-time
MJ.
Awards have been given
It's
the
awards,
exact
yeah.
same
One-
in every single generation.
One thing
So if you're
you
going to say that offenses have changed since the 1980s, 1990s
It's the attitude
to
of
now,
players, in my opinion.
that makes no sense with awards like he just mentioned. Now, the other things he mentioned, I can agree with. The offense now is way better than it was back then. But if you're going to argue awards, they've been the exact same since what, like the 1940s, 1930s
Yeah.
when they first actually had them. So that argument I don't think is valid. However, some of the stats where offense is clearly better than it was back then, I can get down with. Like,
Ooh.
I agree with that.
I've just found a.
But I think that argument and the finals argument to me is enough to say Michael's the GOAT.
So
I don't really care about
I just
scoring,
found the
like,
elimination
I
game.
think it's a great accomplishment, but
He's
I
6-0
mean,
in the
longevity's
finals.
crazy. Michael Jordan is 6-0 in the finals, dog. Like
Uh,
to me, that's enough.
I just found the elimination game stats for LeBron versus Jordan.
oh boy.
Read them out.
The record is 14-11 for LeBron. Michael Jordan is 6-7. LeBron plays 3 more minutes a game, but he averages 2 more points, 3 more rebounds, a half assist, an extra block, less turnovers, more field goals, higher field goal percentage, higher 3-point percentage, more 3-pointers made, higher free throw percentage, and he has a plus minus of plus 66. Michael Jordan has a plus minus of 8, which for non-basketball fans, a plus minus is basically a rating where if you come into the game and your team's up 10, and while you're in the game, the team goes like your team is now only winning by 2, you have a plus minus rating of negative 8. If you come in and the game's tied and your team goes up 10 points or whatever throughout the course of the game, you have a plus minus of positive 10.
It's basically however many
It's
points are scored while you're on the court for each team.
I'm going to say there is not – we can talk about Jordan and all that, and obviously we're talking from highlights because we're not really old enough to witness Jordan. But I don't remember the last time where I didn't see LeBron with the ball in his hands in crunch time and go, yeah, this guy's not it.
Yeah.
That dude consistently crushes teams. I remember 2 years ago in the play-in against Golden State, we were up by 1, and the dude shot like 6 feet from behind the arc and cranked a 3-pointer with half second left and just put us to bed. And, you know, I'm not going to say that
Mickey Mouse here.
it's Mickey Mouse ring, but yeah.
I mean, you could probably make the argument that he was lightweight carrying the 2018 finals when it came down to the crunch time.
Oh yeah,
Kyrie went ballistic in those finals.
yeah. They
Also,
both. I think they
I will
both.
say, I do think LeBron is the second best player, and I'll give people that argue he's the best. I don't think he is. But every single stat that you just said is skewed based off of scoring.
Because of the era of basketball he plays
exactly.
in. No, I
And
agree.
The scoring in the 1980s was way different than the scoring in the 2020s. Now that we're
Even
in,
3-point
right?
shots.
And so if he's averaging 2 more points per game, you kind of have to look at it like, how much more is that if you compare generations scoring wise?
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's like, I think those stats are a little bit skewed just because of, like, what you just said. The generation scoring is different. And I think that's fair to say. I don't think LeBron's a bad clutch time player. Do I think he's Michael? No.
I think
he's Michael.
I think
but
MJ's the GOAT, but LeBron's second. And
I'll give it to him. Yeah, it's a
kinda-
crazy accomplishment.
Yeah.
and
I
it
actually-
was sick as fuck watching. Like, I even posted something on my Instagram. I don't like LeBron.
Yeah,
Like, it was almost like, you know,
you
like,
have to respect
real
it.
recognizes real.
Yeah,
And it's like, I'm a hooper like that, so like,
I can't.
I'm just
I
kidding. I'm just kidding.
can't.
I'm not actually a hooper, but
Goated
Yeah,
rec
like,
league
I don't
basketball
know.
player acknowledges goated
yeah.
NBA player. So
It
you
is
just gotta
something.
acknowledge it when you see it, especially like
There's definitely
when it's something
adjustments,
like
but I
that.
don't know how to
When
them offhand.
you're not going to be able to see that ever again. Like, I don't think we'll ever see something like that. In the
I,
next 10
I,
years.
I
do.
do have to say that
I think we will.
they're to me,
Well,
I
if points keep scoring
Yeah.
the way they are in generations in the future, then we probably will see it, but
That's
not
what I
something
mean.
like LeBron.
I think
No.
one of the biggest things.
LeBron's crazy.
Yeah,
he might be the best athlete of all time.
No,
generally.
I think
Or, like, genuinely.
I think the biggest thing for me personally is that when you look at Jordan, Jordan was very dominant in his time when it was very physical, but adjusting to like where we are, being in the time where offenses are more efficient than ever. Like it used to be a crime for a team to put up 100 points. Now we're averaging 100,
Yeah.
like 110 points feels low. Like
Yeah.
Jesus, they had an off night.
Yeah.
The fact that LeBron James at 38 years old can average 31 points a game on good efficiency, and statistically he's having the third best season of his career,
It's nuts.
is amazing. The guy is also like Iron Man. He just doesn't really miss games. And there's a cool stat that people don't really talk about. He, in his entire career, has never scored less than 10 points in a game he started and or played any minutes in. In every single game in his career, 1,410 games, I want to say, he has scored at least 10 points in every single one. Never not. Scored 10 points.
see, I think with the like what you said about him at 38 doing that, I also think about like how medicine's come and how sports medicine has come.
100%.
Because I think in the 80s it looked a lot
Don't
different.
diss my teacher, Tyler. I'm going to get a bad grade.
Their prescription for players being hurt back then was cocaine or something like
Yeah.
it wasn't what it is today. LeBron, I will give it to him. He takes care of his body like no other.
100%.
Tom
$2 million
Brady's
a
another
year
one
at
I
least.
can think
Oh
of
yeah.
that.
Yeah, Tom Brady as
Same with
well.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, and that's why they're playing for this long. I think in the 80s, I don't know that they had that.
No shot.
There's no way.
Also, the rules have changed like a mofo.
Yeah, and
Basketball's soft. Football's starting to become soft.
everything's soft.
Baseball.
Because they
It's a lot
want
easier. Sports are a lot easier. Like I
Not
don't wanna,
baseball.
I don't want to discredit the NFL, the NBA, any professional sports,
the only one's got
but
it.
it is easier. It's a lot easier from now to compared to the 1990s, 1980s, where
Baseball-
people were
baseball's-
throwing elbows to knock people's heads off.
Baseball's
You
the
know?
only sport that's gotten harder over time.
yeah,
With the development of
I'm
the
talking about baseball games.
well, you said sports in general.
yeah. I agree with that. No, I agree.
With the
They're throwing
development of
harder.
the
That is
development
true.
of the
That is
shift,
true.
Yeah, and they're throwing harder and
they're throwing harder
Spin.
with more RPMs.
yeah.
If you took Max
Yeah,
Scherzer
well,
right
that's just
now,
crazy,
if you
bro.
took Max Scherzer right now and you
That's
threw him in what
That's
grip?
with some
Sticky stuff.
sticky stuff. If you threw Max Scherzer in the 1950s,
Oh, yeah.
that dude would have a perfect game every fucking night because he's that
Babe
great.
Ruth would look like a bum.
If you took Babe Ruth and put him in today, he would be a AAA ball player.
Yeah.
If that.
You could do that
That's
with
a
everyone
conversation
though.
for another time.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be really entertaining.
Actually, I watched a video of some guy
I'd be
breaking down
actually
how
down
good
to
he'd
do
be.
I'd be down to have a conversation about that, just
Yeah.
because I think Babe Ruth is lightweight a fraud too. But
No,
again, that's
I
a
think for the
conversation
time,
for another
it's
time.
all
For the
about
time,
the time.
he was, yeah.
Because everyone, like Jordan, a lot of Jordan's game influenced Kobe, or like everything everyone's done has
Yeah.
influenced someone in
Yeah.
one way or another to make
Steph.
them better.
Like it had to be
Steph
that
has
way in order to
influenced
get to the where we are.
generational game that it is now.
Yeah,
I
you
think
got
it's
kids
actually
practicing half court shot, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
Like Steph has actually influenced a full generation.
and now you got
And
people.
generations to come.
Now you got people like, yeah. I mean, I saw a tweet and it was something like, I forget what it was. It was something like MJ and LeBron are the greatest of all time, but Stephen Curry is the most influential of all time.
Agreed.
That
Agreed.
when you think about like who's wearing jerseys, you're not always going to see a Curry jersey. But when you go play basketball, you don't hear Kobe's anymore. You hear Curry's.
Yep.
When you shoot from three, and you make a bunch, people call you Curry. When you make a mid-range jumper, people aren't going to, oh, yeah, that's LeBron right there. It's just, it's not the
No
same.
kid has ever said, "Yep, I'm LeBron."
I'm LeBron.
Yeah.
I'm Braun.
LeBron, like some kids
LeBron
going
for
a half-court
three.
shot. They're going
Curry.
Yeah.
Also,
Or Kobe.
did you guys see that video of LeBron? Someone was like, "Hey, LeBron, you gonna cry when you break the all-time
Yeah, I
scoring
saw
record?"
that.
He's like, "No, when I win a championship."
Yeah.
The cry.
Who cares
LeFraud.
about the
Honestly,
record?
I would cry. Too.
I know, I would,
Like,
but it was just funny how
I
he's
mean,
trying to act
when I
hard.
broke the record at Junction Avenue, I cried.
Yeah, no. When I broke my mile time record, I
What's up, Brent?
stopped the whole
Shout out, Brent. What's
PE.
going on, bro?
Chicken
I
Brent.
stopped the whole PE.
Tripod in the way, but
The whole
What up,
class, I stopped them when I broke my mile time, and I accepted a speech.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big record for me. It's a
I mean,
milestone.
when I got the mile
Going from 8
under-
minutes to 7:59, like, it was huge.
when I first got the sub 15-minute mile, I was just I kind of just like
competing
left.
with the girls that had the hot Cheetos.
I competed with the
Exercises,
paraplegics at that point, so
I used to cheat on the mile, actually.
yeah,
I would run 3 laps. So what I would do is
you cut across.
No. So we'd start off. I'd be like, just middle of the pack, blend it in. Coming around the turns, I'd slow the fuck down, and just all the way around, slow as hell. And then once the teachers were all on the one side of the track.
Yeah.
So then once they come, I'm like running with the faster guys again because they already lapped me, but they don't know. And I keep it up again, keeping it up. The second lap, just like slowly jogging, and then again just slowing it down. And it's not like I never did it to an extent where I'm like, 5-minute mile time. Like I was always very middle, like 8 minutes, something believable.
So
And
your
then I'd
8-minute mile time was really just off 3 laps.
Yeah, no, totally. I think the highest I got was 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Off 3 laps.
Yep. Because on the turns, like on the
Yeah, if
far
you're running
side,
super slow.
when the teachers can't see me, I'm like camouflaged, hiding behind trash cans, stuff like that.
You hid behind a trash can?
One time.
You were that kid?
Yeah. Dude, I fucking
on
hate
this
the mile.
podcast?
The mile was so stupid. I hated it.
I'm not gonna lie, that was
Anyways, hey,
the 8 a.m. mile.
person with a legend right here. This guy has the most fucking feet in
I was the third fastest kid in my
elementary school.
It was
Behind
him.
Ben-
It was him. Ben
Ben
Dupree.
Dupree and Tommy Reeves.
I hated the pace
Oh,
test.
Tommy Reeves.
Couldn't cheat in that. But yeah, and then once
Oh,
the
I used
finish
to
line,
cheat. I used to cheat that all the time as a kid.
pacer
He-
test.
Oh yeah. Keaton did
Yes,
that.
dude. It like
Keaton cheated.
so we used to go at 7
Born
a.m.
to cheat.
We
He was.
shout out my girlfriend. We used to go. I think it was Cody. Was it 7 a.m. that we used to run early in the morning?
God, dude, we be out there fucking early, dog.
No, there was like you could run at like 7 a.m. before class and get extra feet.
Yeah.
And it was a necklace, and not everyone had this, but they would give out a necklace with plastic feet on it.
Yeah, no, I remember those. I used to collect those shits too.
Anyway, what I would do is I'd start running, and I'd get halfway around the track, and all the teachers are facing that way, and I'd get to the back half of the track, and I'd just sprint across really fast. Like I'd act like I was playing a game, and I'd kind of like blend in with the group and just join them. And so I probably skipped a couple like 20, 30, 40 laps, and just collected.
20, 30, 40 laps?
I don't know. It was a lot. I was like, I don't know, 10, 11, so I don't remember.
That's a huge difference.
Okay, I have a complete opposite story.
60, 70, 80, 90.
In
You were tryhard. You were tryhard. Huh?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
In elementary school, we used to wake up, or
Okay.
we would like early morning PE. We'd have to run around the playground, and I would sprint it because I was a long distance runner. I could just sprint the whole thing,
You had them long legs.
long strides,
Oh, yeah.
right? And it got to the point where the teacher said, if Ryan laps you, you start to lose points on your grade. So then I wanted to be liked, so I never lapped anyone after that. I was nice. I thought about just like,
Michael
if I
Scott.
didn't like somebody,
So witty.
then I would just laugh at them. Be like,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck you.
No, that's fair.
But yeah, no, I would sprint that shit.
But yeah,
I want to say something
Yeah.
about the.
Jesus.
I might not know much about basketball. I don't like basketball very much. I'm more of a college basketball guy. But I do have an opinion on the LeBron and Jordan debate. LeBron, yes, he's done a lot of good things. You can't discredit him for what he's done. beat the scoring record, that is a great accomplishment.
Came back down from 3-0 against
But-
the greatest team, 3-1. It was the
But
greatest team of all
also,
time.
it's
He got
like,
carried in that series.
It doesn't matter.
how many? Quick question: how many teams has LeBron been on?
That was crazy.
How many what?
3.
3.
How many times has he gone from
Cavs,
each team
Miami,
back, whatever?
Cavs.
How many
Lakers.
teams
So
did he go
again,
back and back?
you can make the argument this is a different time. This is a different time. This league right now is filled with super teams.
Yeah,
That's the way
it's
it
a
is.
buy team. Back then, if Jordan hadn't won a ring for 4 years, what Dame Lillard is right now in the NBA would have been very traditional back
Yeah.
then.
Yes.
He might have requested a trade halfway through his career, but the idea of like ring chasing was not that big a deal, which is why it's dope that Golden State has done it for so long because they, other than Kevin Durant, like it's not like Curry's leading that team.
Trapped everyone. Yeah.
Yes, but like
It was damn near a natural.
okay, but to that point, Kevin Durant had left Oklahoma City, joined Golden State, won 2 rings, left Brooklyn next year. LeBron James has done that.
Went down to Miami, won a ring.
Won a
went back
ring,
to-
went back to Cleveland,
Miami
won
was
a
foul.
ring. You know what though? Say what you will, the dude won it with 3 different teams too. I think that's also dope.
But Cody, continue.
Yeah, I didn't mean to just like derail you. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to wrap this up. But
Oh, I just want to announce we have some big changes coming up.
Oh yeah. So we're moving to Wednesdays, no longer Thursdays.
Wednesday, my dude.
Judging by our viewership tonight and stories I've watched, I've seen a lot of people out on Thursdays. So I think we've all kind of come to agreement. It also works better for us to do it on Wednesday nights.
We also might move locations as well, depending on if we
Yeah.
want to try a spot where we're kind of more spread out. So
I like the
look
idea
out
of
for a different
yeah.
location. We might be changing locations pretty soon here. So.
Still on YouTube.
speaking of location,
Oh,
we're going to change to our official Settle Down Podcast YouTube channel.
settle down, settle
Um,
down.
So we'll post the link so you guys will still see it, but it'll just be a different channel, more dedicated for this, rather than just running it off my YouTube channel. But same vibe, same everything, but just different channel location, I guess. So
Yeah.
with that,
Yeah. Follow us. We'll put in the link in the bio or no.
it's in the description.
Okay, it's in the description.
Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe. Add me on Venmo if you guys want to do that.
I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
If you want to support our pod, Venmo us.
It's patreon.com
Seriously, thank you for
slash
watching.
tiny